Hello guys, welcome to sportsbookreview.com and our continuing US Open tennis coverage. The competition is heating up and we are now in the semi-finals. We're going to preview two of the semi-final matches today. They're back-to-back actual video clips. So starting with the women's, then we'll move on to the men's singles, Nadal versus Juan Martin Del Potro. And then tomorrow, bright and early in the morning, I think about 7:15 Costa Rica time, which will be 9:15 Eastern time. We will cover the other two semis. So let us commence women's semi-finals, introducing the Whale Kappa and Alex from Need for Tips. Whale Kappa, I can't keep up with you. Where are you today? What location are you filming from?
So I'm at the beach today, getting my work done in beautiful Southern California weather here. It's a little windy, so apologies if my sound is a little funky, but you know, the life I lead.
Well, you are a mystery sometimes, Whale Kappa, and so the question is what line of work are you doing at the beach? A professional suntanner? A lifeguard? What work are you doing at the beach?
I am studying the Newport Inglewood Fault. Not a joke.
Life.
Doing earthquake engineering. I know. Taking a break from some of the hard work down at the beach and recording some tennis videos because tennis never stops.
Tennis never stops. Betting never stops. There is always something to go by. And listen, Alex, we do so many videos together, known you for years. And how are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. It's 12:10 at night. I was waiting to film these two semifinals with you guys. Always a pleasure to film with you and Whale Kappa. And so let's start with the women first semifinal, right?
Absolutely. Starting with the women, Serena Williams versus Anastasija Sevastova. Williams 1.24, Sevastova at 5. Now, Serena Williams is just looking strong, obviously winning straight sets against Pliskova in the quarterfinals. I think that this is going to be quite an easy win for Serena Williams. Am I right or am I wrong, Whale Kappa?
I'm not going to disagree with you. I was surprised they opened this at the price they did. I would have expected to see something more like minus 1,000 on Serena, just because she's been hearing so many times, and this is Sevastova's first ever semifinal. You know, Sevastova was the beneficiary of, I think, both of her last two opponents having a little bit of physical ailments on top of looking ahead potentially to their next opponents. I think Svitolina was thinking about how she was going to match up against Sloane Stephens, and then Sloane was possibly thinking about how she was going to play against Serena. And then on top of that, something clearly wasn't right with Sloane in terms of her health yesterday. So, you know, Sevastova is the beneficiary of that. I give her full credit for actually completing the wins. She's been playing very, very smart, sharp tennis. She's picking her angles well. She's making very, very precise shots. That's to her credit, given that she's never made it. I mean, she's made quarterfinals and slams before, so we shouldn't be too shocked to see how well she played against Stephens, especially that against Stephens, that was a rematch of a match where she was extremely competitive last year at the US Open. So she makes the next step in her progression. But I would entirely expect the moment to be too big for her. Her serve lacks enough power to be competitive with what Serena can do on return. And I think Serena can break as many times as she feels like and roll right into the Saturday final.
Yeah, that's what I'm predicting. Alex, you've not been on that Serena Williams train. Are you jumping on it now, or are we going to see an upset?
Against Sevastova, I cannot not be on Serena's train. Serena 40 aces in her last three matches. Sorry, saved 10 from 12 breakpoints against Pliskova in the quarterfinals. She's an incredible server. She will return at her maximum power against a very weak serve from Anastasija. But the question is, I wanted to hear Whale's opinion also. Sevastova played good or Stephens played bad in the quarterfinals?
I thought Stephens played extremely poorly. That was about her worst match since we saw her crash out in Wimbledon. But that at the same time, I thought Sevastova was, she picked her shots. She picked her moments. She made, she's been making very good decision making in terms of how she's constructing points, and she just showed mental toughness that I didn't necessarily know she had. So I think I have to give her a little bit of credit, but I do think Stevens really, that was quite the no-show. The heat obviously completely flustered her. I in the back of my head, I think. The back of her head, she was thinking about Serena Williams. I mean, everyone on the women's tour right now has to be. We talked about this when we were wrapping up Wimbledon. It's she's back enough in these slams that everybody's thinking about it, and the rest of these women are exhausted from grinding throughout the season while Serena was recovering, and I think we're seeing that in how some of these results are playing out. So. Very much expecting Serena to keep up the domination in this tournament.
Yeah, I think everybody else expecting her to steamroll herself into the finals here. Weather is not going to be a factor in this game. I believe it's indoors.
Is that what they're calling for because of rain?
I don't know. That's what
so.
some rumors that I heard, but I could be completely wrong. You guys are the tennis experts, which is why I asked. Do we know where this is being played?
Only if it will rain, it will be played indoors. If it will not rain, it will be played outdoors. I mean in the same court, but it will not be closed.
It will not be closed.
It will be open. Yeah, absolutely. Only if it's raining. In 10 minutes, the roof is going to close the court, and they will play. They will go on with the play.
Yeah.
But I think that Serena Williams will not have any problem if it's out or in or whatever. She is at home. She is fighting to qualify for her 10th final in her last 13 appearances in a Grand Slam. She has her crowd with her. I think that she is very experienced, and I think that she will beat Sevastova even before starting to play. Only if she looks at her 2 times before with the coin flip at the beginning of the match, this is where she will beat her. Because if after a point she will scream like the lion, like she did against Pliskova and against Kaya Kanepi 2 rounds ago, I think that Sevastova will try to go to the toilet for a second because she will not keep her pee. So I think that it will be a classic straight win, 2 sets, 2-0, 1.7.
Yeah. All right, bringing out the bets here. I have to just quickly, they've got the over 20 games priced at 1.87. I don't think this will be a long match, if I was to take a guess. Is this going to be a long match, Alex?
No, I think that Serena will break her serve many times, and she will keep her serve whenever she wants to keep her serve, because if she will serve at the same level as during the whole tournament, I think that it will be very hard for Sevastova to make a break.
Yeah. I've got Sevastova not to win a set at 1.67. Also looking at Williams minus 4.5. at 1.73. Not sure if those are any good, but I've done a bit of homework here because semi-finals. But over to you, Whale Kappa. Am I in the right direction here?
Yeah, I think so. I like your look at Serena winning 2-0. I think that definitely has value. I would have expected to see that, around 1.5-ish or so.
Yeah.
And I think the game's handicap gets tricky because Serena can pretty much pick her score line, in my opinion. And if she decides, hey, I'm gonna take what I get when I get it, and not necessarily try to fire all my bullets and save up a little bit of steam for the final, then you may see an effort where she comes up a little short on the game's handicap. Like, if she loses the coin flip, she could win 6-4, 6-4. If she wins the coin flip, she could win 6-3, 6-4. So it's a pretty fair games handicap line, but I do think there's value in Serena 2-0, and there's value in the money line if you can find a good parlay piece to go with it.
Yeah. What bets are you looking at, Whale Kappa? Because there's quite a few on offer, sort of hunting around. There's a few that I quite liked. Obviously, you mentioned a few there. What are you looking at?
Do you see, not every book offers this, but one that I really like is Serena to win and stay under 20.5 games. That one, because like I said, she can pick her scoreline and you could very well see a 6-4, 6-4. And then on the flip side of that, I think it's more likely that Sevastova folds up in the second set and you could have a 6-2, 6-1 type of number. But that has value in my eyes, and I will almost certainly have a position on Serena 2-0, whether it's standalone or whether I find a parlay piece with it. We'll see. But I think Serena's the only outright bet I placed on the women's side in this tournament. I put it into the market after Wimbledon. We talked about that at that time, and nothing I've seen has changed my mind that she's not taking home a title here in New York.
Yeah. All right. Interesting stuff there. Make sure to follow Whale_Kappa. I'm sure we'll be delivering some more bets over on his Twitter page as we start to get closer to the event. Alex, what are your plays again for this semi-finals?
Absolutely, 2-0 at 1.7 with the Unibet straight set victory for Serena. You can also look at a minus on the Asian handicap, but right now the line is at minus 4.5 at 1.74.
Okay.
We might take also that, but to be sure, absolutely sure, I think that it's a banker. I will use 2 units on this straight set winner for Serena Williams.
Yeah.
Hopefully, she will not drop any set against Sevastova. She did it only one time in this U.S. Open against Kaya Kanepi in the second set, and it was unbelievable. I didn't expect that after a 6-0 in the first set.
Yeah. All right. So speaking with you guys, Sevastova not to win a set, 1.67 looks quite tempting to me. Alex, so we see Serena Williams steamrolling herself into the finals. Who could she be playing?
I think that she will play with Madison Keys and to have a nice final. I think that Madison Keys is the favorite on the other match.
All right. Same question to you, Whale Kappa.
I think Osaka's got this. She's playing with confidence that I haven't seen from her since she won her title in Indian Wells, and it feels like that Serena-Osaka matchup at the very beginning of the Miami tournament was setting the stage for a little bit of drama in this final because Osaka just took Serena apart, and Serena obviously was not in anywhere close to the same shape she's in now. But I would like to see that matchup, and I'm pulling for Osaka. I really like her game. I really like her attitude. She's a great addition to the women's top tier of women on tour, and making her first final here would be just awesome. So I'd like to see Osaka. We saw Keys last year make the final, and she didn't necessarily step up to the moment, and I wouldn't necessarily expect her to give us either a fun match to handicap in the final or a competitive match. So I'd like to see Osaka get there.
All right, there we go. Guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We're moving straight over to the men's semi-final as well. Rafa Nadal versus Juan Martín del Potro. If you're watching this on replay, find it on our YouTube channel, SBR Sports Picks. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in a second.
Thank you.